Greetings, welcome back to my channel. I have a short update to bring to my subscribers, and this update is coming to you from Israel. The same situation that has occurred in the Gaza is about to take place in Lebanon. Israel has now decided to expand its military activities into Lebanon, and they have said that their aim is to eradicate Hezbollah. This situation has many layers, but regarding Hezbollah has actually been attacking Israel in an attempt to dissuade them from continuing their military efforts in the Gaza. Hezbollah, like many Arabs, like many Muslims around the world, take issue with the fact that these people are being basically wiped out. And so they have decided to continue to launch missiles in a show of solidarity. It's widely known that Israel has a missile defense system that basically gets rid of 99.9% of everything that is launched in its direction. So, although they may be sending a constant barrage of rockets, it's known that they're not going to actually make any serious impact. It's not going to really cause any damages, right? But I can understand that persons would take issue with having missiles launched at them, because that's not a very friendly thing to do. But what I'm saying is, Israel has decided to expand the war into Lebanon, and so far about 700 civilians have been killed, right? It seems to me that Israel has been given a lot of leeway to cause there to be numerous casualties without any kind of reconciliation or without any kind of checks and balances. America has allowed Israel to basically have a kind of autonomy that is becoming dangerous in the geopolitical atmosphere. Most recently, when Iran forecasted that it would attack Israel, America sent numerous gunships, sent troops, submarines, all in an attempt to dissuade Iran from attacking Israel, right? Meanwhile, Israel is allowed to make targeted strikes and kill several key figures in Lebanon, Palestine, as well as in Iran. In my opinion, these provocative measures are geared towards inciting America to get involved in the conflict. And that's how it appears on the surface. The same can be said about Ukraine making a decision to invade the southern portion of Russia and carry out a small military campaign within the borders of Russia. Both of these countries, and I'm speaking about Israel and Ukraine, have been requesting additional aid, claiming that if they don't receive this aid, they won't be able to defend themselves for a long period of time, right? Despite calling for additional aid, they seem to have enough resources to carry out additional military conflicts that potentially could have caused a global war. We know that the stakes in the Middle East are very high, and one small miscalculation could implode the situation. And I believe America has not been a good steward of its little pet project in the Middle East, because right now Israel has taken on some more combative language and a more combative tone with the United States. Recently, there was a request for a ceasefire, a 21-day ceasefire, made by America in conjunction with several other countries. Okay, Israel has gotten to the point where they have now even rejected America's calls for a ceasefire. Alright, now just last week, Israel needed America to send gunships to dissuade Iran from attacking them. But now, Israel is saying they reject the ceasefire. They've also come out with some very threatening language that almost sound, and I dare to make the comparison, but this sounds like the English version of the Third Reich. When you consider Israel is making threats to the entire region, that they are able to reach anywhere and anyone in the region. Alright. Even in Iran, the supreme leader, after giving his condolences and sympathies with the slain leader of Hezbollah, he was actually moved to another secure location out of fears that Israel will continue to take out individuals with free reign to do so. I believe it's dangerous to allow any country to be the judge, jury, and executioner. If we are a global society of laws, you shouldn't allow any country to pronounce judgment on people and carry out executions without going through any channels of international courts, or even having the direct approval of the United Nations. But basically, family, Israel has stirred up a hornet's nest in the Middle East, and they have now even been attacked by Yemen, and they've been attacked by Iraq. Israel has then responded by attacking Yemen in an attempt to get rid of the Houthi rebels that have been attacking them and making advances on them. And so this whole situation is a melting pot of confusion that has been precipitated by one misguided occupation. Let's not lose sight of the fact that this whole situation was precipitated by an illegal occupation. Israel, in speaking about its situation, always seems to gloss over the fact that they forcibly entered the territory, claimed the land, decimated its population, and have since attempted to even extend its borders even further. So this is really what is at the heart of this situation in the Middle East. Okay, Israel almost seems to be like America's outpost in the Middle East. Conveniently located between Egypt and Jordan, south of Lebanon and Syria. And so it seems to me that Israel is continuing a proxy war on behalf of the United States. It's no coincidence that Israel is in combat and quarrels with all of the countries that America has historically had a rivalry with, or have had a cause to intervene. And so it's really a dangerous situation. And what I would like to say, and I'm speaking about both sides of the situation, Muslims, and I'm speaking about Jews, I believe having a religious war in this manner is doing a disservice to religion. All religions have had a sort of desecration as a result of holy people or religious people firing rockets and grenades, AK-47s. using F-16s and other types of fighter planes to rain down destruction on innocent civilians, and I'm talking about innocent civilians in Israel and innocent civilians in Palestine, um, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, etc. So, family, just wanted to make these reflections because it's a really troubling situation that is taking place in the Middle East. And, I'm not an anti Semite, I don't have anything against Judaism, but I do have an issue with um, a lack of fairness. There's a lot of duplicity as it relates to the situation in Palestine, the situation in Israel. Also, Japan has decided to sail through the Taiwan Straits, much to the chagrin of China. And, there's a reason why these countries are sailing through the Taiwan Straits, and it's because no country should be allowed to impose its will on a sovereign nation. Okay, a country cannot simply annex a territory, or forcibly seize a territory because of the disparity in military might. And America, Japan, the Philippines, several countries have been sailing through these straits to preserve some kind of order and to make sure that countries don't become a tyrant. Well, I believe the same thing applies to Palestine, the same thing applies to Lebanon, the same thing applies to Ukraine. No country should be allowed to impose its will on a sovereign nation and take away the integrity of its government and leadership and try to even replace its leadership. And so just wanted to make these few reflections. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all these dynamics. One love.